Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to go over our new distributor folder just really quickly. So if you're thinking of becoming a LipSense or SeneGence independent distributor, I'm going to go through some key things with you on how the business works. Okay, so first off, all it does is it costs $55 in order to have access to everything a distributor has access to. So that's why we always advertise that it's $55 to start your own business, because it's literally all you need to start with. Okay, so there's two ways to make money. We're going to go over option one over here, sales. So sales is the obvious answer as to how you make money, but there is a second way. So right now I'm just going to go over sales here. Now, once you pay your $55, you automatically have access to wholesale pricing, which means you can have 20 to 50% off of our retail prices for all of SeneGence products. Okay, so if you look down in this box, they all say PV. What that stands for is right off here in the side. It stands for point value, and in the United States, a PV is half of the retail value. So if you have $100 worth of stuff, that's 50 PV. Now we put it in PV because SeneGence is an international company and all of our currencies are not the same across borders. So each country has their own PV breakdown that kind of makes it all even among countries. Okay, so I'm going to go over how you can get all of your discounts. So this breakdown over here is basically telling you how much percentage off you're going to get depending on how big your individual orders are. So if you are placing a $100 value order, so you're trying to order 4 colors because each color is $25, then that means that you have 50 PV for this order, and based on the breakdown you're going to get 20% off of that. Okay, so that's kind of small, but that means you're going to pay 20% off of 100 is $80. Therefore your profit, if you sell all of them, is $20. Okay, so that's how our PV works. Okay. Now you're going to pay $80 plus tax. Oh, sorry. Now let's go ahead and go over another example. Let's say that you're going to buy $300 worth of stuff instead. Then that means that's 150 PV based off of this breakdown. That's 30% off. So 30% off. So that's actually 30% off this $300 value. So therefore you're going to pay 30% off of 300. You'll end up paying $210. Now if we keep going with that and do a $600 value worth of stuff, that means that's 300 PV, and that falls under the 40% off. Okay, so 40% off of $600, that means you're going to end up paying $360 plus whatever your local tax is. So the bigger your individual orders, the more percentage off and the better the value it's going to be. Okay, so at 750 PV, anything over a $1,500 value worth of stuff will give you 50% off. Alright, so if you are planning to make this a business for yourself and you want to go ahead and make orders for yourself and sell, this right here is a sample order of $605 in retail product. Okay, so this is $605 in retail product. That means that this is 302.5 PV. Okay. Now according to the PV breakdown, usually this is 40% off. Okay. However, in your first 90 days, now this is only for new distributors within their first 90 days, then anything over 300 PV or more will give you 50% off. Now this is just to help you get started right away building stock for those that try to decide, or choose to decide, to make this a business for themselves and they want to sell and create a stock. Okay. So therefore, you only have to pay $302 plus your tax and any shipping charges that SeneGence may charge. For all of this stuff. So this is just a sample order. This is 11 colors, 11 glosses, and 11 oops removers. So that means that's 11, that's 11 starter kits. So if you end up selling all 11, then you're going to end up profiting, and it says it right here, everything back, because you profit $302. Okay. Since it's $605 in retail product, if you sell it all, you're going to get $605 back plus the tax. Therefore, you're profiting $302. So making money through sales is really straightforward. It all depends on how big your orders are. So if you're making really tiny orders and selling tiny things at a time, your profit margin is going to be really small. Okay, but if you're making large orders, at least at that 50% off level, in your first 90 days you only have to spend that $300 in order to get 50% off, then your profit margins get much bigger, and you'll build momentum if this is what you choose to do. Alright ladies, the second way, or the second option to earn money after sales is commissions based off of your team. Okay, so if you choose to sponsor other people to join you and you're building your team, then you will collect commissions off of your downline, is what we call them. Right here, this word downline. Anybody you sponsor is your downline. Then you will earn commissions off of anything that they sell or they order. Okay, so for example, in your first level, so everyone that you personally sponsor to join your team, you will earn 10% of everything that they order, or 10% commission. Okay. Now that only happens as long as you're ordering at least 300 PV in the same month. Okay. So I have a lot of people asking if SeneGence is a pyramid scheme, and absolutely not, because people that you sponsor or your downline, anyone in your downline could very easily outrank you, could very easily be more successful than you are. Okay, because you will only be allowed to collect any commissions as long as you yourself continue to work hard and continue to sell. Okay, now right here in this first section right here, this downline commissions, if you order 100 PV worth of stuff, so that's $200 in retail, that means you're just going to get this percentage commissions off of everybody on your team underneath you, but only for the first 100 PV. So if you order 100 PV, this means that off anyone in your first line, you will get $10. Everyone in your first line, you'll get $10 as long as they also ordered 100 PV. Anyone underneath them, so any in your second level, you'll get $20. In your third level, you'll get $30. In your fourth level, you'll get $5 and $5. So these levels are based off of the people who you sponsor. If they sponsor people underneath them, and then they sponsor people underneath them, and it just keeps building down. Now if you end up having more people being sponsored underneath, you do not collect there, because that would be a little ridiculous, over the top pyramid scheme. We work hard in this business. However, you do have a lot of people in your first through fifth level if you choose to work hard and build a team. Okay, so this is how much you will earn as long as you order a 100 PV order in the same month as everyone else did. Okay, Okay, now if you instead of 100 PV and you did a 300 PV order, and this is cumulative, so let's say you did like a 100 PV order one day, and then you did another 100 PV order, and then another 100 PV order, and it just adds up. As long as it happens within the same month, then you'll also be collecting extra. So on top of this, $10, $20, $30, $5, and $5, then you'll get an extra 10% off of anything else they ordered above 100 PV. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make another video explaining this a little bit further, but just keep in mind that commissions definitely outweigh sales if you choose to make this a business and work hard at it. Okay, so you always want to lose a customer to gain a distributor. Don't be afraid to try and build your team over trying to make sales, because I know these look kind of small, but the more people you have on the team and the more people you're helping and the more people you're trying to get them to build their team in order for them to be successful, that will in turn reward you to become successful as well. Okay, I will go over this in another video and we can find that later. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is for new distributors in their first 90 days. So only for first 90 days, I'm going to write this down. You have some benefits. So for example, you have your 300 PV will equal 50% off. So that's one benefit that you get immediately. You also get free product as long as you're working really hard at selling. So in your first 30 days, if you do 1,000 PV within your first 30 days, you get all of this stuff right here on the left side. That's over $350 worth of stuff for free. So you could either choose to keep it and use it, which everything is awesome, or you can try and sell it. So therefore you're just getting all this product that you can sell and profit off of that without having to spend anything on. This was all for free. Now, in your first 60 days, as long as you hit another 1,000 PV, I keep saying 100, then you'll get another bonus. This one's over $400 worth of stuff. And then if you do another 1,000 PV within your first 90 days, then you'll have $450 worth of free stuff right here at the bottom. Okay, so this is just a bunch of free stuff that we like to reward our new distributors that work really hard to start. Okay, so we give you this option so that it's completely attainable by giving you that 50% off at a lower level than everyone else, so that you can go ahead and get started and hit the ground running really fast and get out there, start selling. And then if you do a really good job at selling, we'll reward you with all this free stuff as long as you're selling at least 1,000 PV or purchasing 1,000 PV orders. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over this in a different video as well. This is called our Fast Start program. Okay. So this is just a quick overview of what it means to be a distributor. I know it seemed like a lot. That was 15 minutes worth of talking, but I promise you that this is really easy and the product sells itself, and feel free to ask me or your potential upline or potential sponsor for more questions.